What's up, Union Arena players? This is Kyle D, better known as RideMyAvatar, and today we have a market watch for you guys to enjoy. So without further ado, let's dive in the video and talk about it. So guys, if you want to help support the channel with no extra cost, please use the affiliate link down below. It costs you nothing to support the channel, and it's just a great way of doing it while you're checking out cards that you are always ready going to be paying for. So without further ado, let's get into it. So if you guys don't know, I'm a big supporter of Red Riot Games, so they will be having One Punch Man stuff for you guys to enjoy, but they also have the starter deck shenanigans. So stuff like this is vitally important when it comes down to future stuff. I mean, being able to get everything you need from one seller is sometimes a luxury that we all don't have. It is a Canadian-based seller, so for the Canadian players, this is a great resource for all you guys to use. So look up Red Riot Games, highly recommend them. Great supporting. I really do enjoy everything about them. They do great events too. They had a 2K, a 1K, and another 1K, and they have more events coming in the future, and I'm excited to talk about them. So now let's get into the market watch. So Lelouch Lamperouche, 3-star at $380. I know I haven't really done much on the big market watch stuff because I know these are extremely high priced and doesn't always equate to being what players are willing to pay for said things. But Lelouch Lamperouche is at the price that it's at. Now, if you take a look at Yuji Itadori, 3-star, it's at $220, which, again, a 4 of in the list, but I know there are plenty more options for it, but I'm kind of surprised that it is under Lelouch's. But Yuji Itadori, really good card. Now, we have Sukuna Super Rare 1-star, still holding strong with players wanting to buy this thing up. You know, people have been willing to pay up to close to $400 for it, and I'm not going to do so. Sorry, guys. I just can't justify this card being bought at that price. Now, Tanjiro 3-star, we're at $390. We're up to $400. Crazy. We got some low ends that are near light plays and, you know, near mint foils, but it doesn't look like it's moving at that price range. So guys, I would lower your standards a little bit. This is a little bit of excessiveness that I have no clue unless you have it numbered. I don't think you're going to fetch these prices. Again, players like the card, don't get me wrong, but it's just expensive. Now, taking a look at Gawain Super Rare 2-stars, $210. That spike up back in December, it has yet to come back down. So again, it's a very powerful card, and for players that want a max rarity, this is a great piece. You know, Gawain regulars are at 24s to 25s. The deck is probably the second best deck in the format, if not first. So being $25 a pop, the deck is so strong, and I appreciate that we have a great deck like this for purple. And again, we should be getting something really great for, you know, we got a great yellow deck right now. One Punch Man might introduce a really powerful red deck or green base deck besides, you know, Kurapika, you know, or Lancelot. But at the end of the day, I think Gawain has a lot of potential here, and we'll have to see if Gawain will stay in the top sector or will fall to One Punch Man. Now you have Lancelot Air Cavalier drop down heavily. Remember this thing being like $26 a pop? Yeah, now down to 10s. And again, it's just not seeing such high competitive play, and it makes a lot of sense, right? When a card just doesn't see that play that it was going to, you need to wait for volume 2, and that's almost 6 months out. And even then, we don't know if the Nonali will be automatically restricted. Now, Muzan definitely needs Demon Slayer number 2 to really pop off. But right now, being like a $6 to $7 card, not terrible, right? A lot of players will just buy this up and just sit on it, especially if you guys want to play Muzan in the future. It's just something worth to keep an eye on. Regular Yuji Itadori's $14, guys. For what is classified one of the better decks of the format, 15s, you know, to 14 to 15s is not terrible. And I mean, hey, we show that we have relatively a cheaper card game, especially for our high competitive. Now, Girin Mark II's 007, this is at $6 to $7 a pop, and you know what? it's good for you guys for having it such in a good spot, and I think having Girin be this low is pretty good. Now we have new borrow winners are at under $5, and I knew this was going to happen, right? We just have enough going around, and stores get a kit almost every single month, so there's just so much product going around that the winners just can't hold long-term high value, and it makes a lot of sense. Now Mitsuru super rare 1-star up to $26 and climbing. This card was under, you know, $20 not too long ago, but as time has gone on and people have pushed the Hashira deck into this limelight, it just leads to being a very good deck that you're going to be expected to play against. Now again, Mitsuru regulars people started buying up the under $1 status. You know, now we're up to 3s, going up to $4, and that just happens when a deck gets classified good, and especially because a lot of players might just want a good budget deck alternative, and the Hashira deck definitely fits that mold. Now you have Ichigo Kurosaki that's under $5 a pop. Now again, this is something you just pick up and hold, in my opinion. There is no reason for you guys not to have a playset just in case Purple Bleach, when volume 2 comes out, you find out that Purple Bleach and Blue Bleach is like the jam for you, and then you just lead to being this card will explode. It's just commonplace with cards on older sets. It's just something you hold on to and just wait to flip. Now if you take a look at Mitsuru common 1-star, it shot up, guys. This thing was worth nothing, basically. It was 13s and stuff like that. Now it's up to $20 a pop, and people are just paying it. So just something to think about, especially because this is a Hashira, and again, players just like their Hashiras. Now again, Power Absolute Obedience rare 1-star is up to 13s to $14. Now again, Sukuna's Fingers gone down to, you know, $20. And again, this is just player preference, right? There's One Punch Man coming, there's a bunch of other stuff coming in, and again, it'll be a little bit before we get volume 2, and players aren't going to always just play the same deck. Again, with the variety of animes that they are introduced to, they're going to play what they feel like they want to play, right? So we do have like One Punch Man, then we're going to get Sword Art Online, Demon Slayer, and then volume 2 Bleach immediately afterwards, and that's just going to be a lot of sets, so a lot of players won't hold on to these max rarity pieces if they don't find value in playing the deck when there's so many other pieces coming in. Now you have action points from the starter deck, you get 3 of these, but again, players were trying to sell this for like $60 a pop, each one of their APs from the starter deck, and it was crazy. That I know it's foiled and stuff like that, but I kind of expect this to come down into the 30s. But holy cow, I expect this to drop more, but we'll have to see. Now Sukuna rare 1-star, we're at $17 a pop and going down, so just wait this out a little bit. Once you get closer to volume 2, then probably snag these up just in case that's the way you want to build it. Now Renji super rare 1-stars had some revitalization, apparently. People snagged this up left and right, and now it's on buyout. You know, there's only 5 listings, and it's kind of crazy. And again, even taking a look at the Rukias, they're $25 a piece. This is $17 a piece. It's not looking good for these max rarity pieces, but again, players are going to pick up the max rarity first, and then they'll go down to lower rarities. So just something to think about. Ichigo super rare 1-star, $17 and going down. Again, there are now like 5 different of this Ichigo possibilities, and again, you will be seeing this played, so just be ready. Now Ichigo Kurosaki rare 1-stars are at $18 and climbing. This is a hit or miss, depends on if you want to play the Squad 0 version or do you want to play the pure Ichigo version. There's 2 versions in the format, and if you play the Squad 0, it plays completely differently. If you play the Ichigo, you play the Ichigo. Now you have Ichigo super rare pre-release winner. It's at $90. Again, this took a while for this thing to even get this low, and I'm not even joking. So it's good to see it finally start coming down. And again, this is just a waiting game at this point. Now, your Yuji Itadori winners are at $58 a pop, and it's just holding strong there. I mean, this card had like a love-hate relationship for a good while, trying to be at this like $90 mark, and it should never have been reached that point. Holy cow, marvelous. The Shrine stamps are at 22s. Wow. Even domains are at 13s. Crazy, crazy, crazy sometimes. Just players being crazy. Eno's bought out. Box Topper Kentos are gone. I don't know why we have Digi, but okay. Now taking a look for Michiru. This Hashira is at $10 and climbing. Again, Hashiras can be flexed and be expensive. Now, Inosuke, rare 1-star, you know, this is at $7 a pop. Again, you play this right now, but it gets kind of yeeted out of the deck later. Now, Bombietta, super rare 1-star, something you should probably be snagging up a little bit just in case you want to be ready for the yellow bleach, because the Bombi zombie deck is a deck that is one of the better decks in the format. So it's just something to be on your radar you want to have. Now, Toshiro Hitsugai is another card you should probably get your hands on just in case. And I'm being dead serious because it's, you know, $15 a pop right now. Again, the Kenpachi Toshi deck that comes out in Volume 2 is really nasty. Now, action points from the starter decks that are foilies are 13s and under. You never know, players might want these. One Punch Man starter decks are sitting at 19s. I wouldn't invest at 19s. Just get it from your LGS, to be honest with you, or wait until there's more sellers that are actually legal to sell. Now, Saitama Judges, this is probably something you would probably want to pick up if you plan on playing yellow One Punch Man, just because this, if you're max rating the deck, you're going to want this piece. So it's just something to think about, especially with Genos winners. This probably will be seeing play in the deck. So again, stuff like this is what you want to kind of pick up. I know these are winners and stuff, so it leads into this weird ideology of, you know, they're dirt cheap now, but they could come up to a $5 card. And since it's a 50-cent card right now, is it really that much of a loss if you get your playset? Now, Action Point One Punch Man, again, for the One Punch Man fanatics, make sure you get your copies. You only need 3 of them, and being under $3 is huge. Now, taking a look at the Anime Expo Ichigo Kurosaki, we're at $27. Again, this is preference, but this is pretty cool to have, right? I think, again, if you don't want the super pre-release, but you want this cool art, grab it. I think 27 is actually pretty healthy for this card's, for its rarity. Now you have Yuji Itadori from Anime New York Comic Con 2024. This is your Searcher one. I mean, just wait this out or pick it up. It's up to you. Again, their counterpart is $5, but there's only 3 listings left. I mean, this is kind of like hit or miss, right? Now, Terrible Tornado Judges, another card you probably should pick up if you're planning on playing the Terrible Tornado deck. You know, it's up to you, but being a $2 card is nothing to scoff at. Now, Jiru, you know, during your turn, this character gains 1000 DP for a 3/1. It's going to be punching in some damage. So again, it looks like this format's going to be a little bit more aggressive early game, because these lower end cards can apply these pressure that leads into like 4K swinging, so trades don't even out right away, and this leads into them finally One Punch Man being the 10,000 DP boy, being able to clear out the rest of the security. Now again, Genos, it's double block, 35k, draw, 1 action, 3 color. You know, another card that, again, you should probably just be snagging up the Judges, just because if you want to be foily, this is your way to max rarity it. Now again, Nezuko is sitting at $14. Again, it's just one of those cards that just have a little bit of price. And then we do have Tanjiro. Tanjiro is at $13.32. Just something to think about, especially because Yellow Demon Slayer actually has been doing quite well into the format. But guys, use the affiliate link down below if you bought any cards from this video. It helps support the channel, no extra cost. And guys, stay safe, stay healthy, and I'll catch you next one. Peace.